On Sunday, we can say that Alabama got destroyed at Florida with Charles Bediako playing. The big event happens on Friday. The previous judge recused himself. He was an Alabama donor, but there's going to be an injunction hearing on Friday. Reports that Amari Bailey, former UCLA player, has said he's going to try to come back. He's actually played in the NBA, so a lot going on. How big is Friday's hearing in your view, Andy, and what are the ramifications?
I think it's a absolutely monumental hearing that people are not really grasping how serious it is. Again, we've discussed this. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous on so many levels that if someone is trying to play after being in college, so that is Bediako, that's Amari Bailey, anyone that has been in college that chose to leave, you made a decision. I don't care if you were 18, 19, you had maybe parents, guardians, someone told you to do it. You agreed to do so, and you left for the money and the chance to be a pro. You move on. You want to go back and get your degree? Great, but not to play college basketball. To me, it's a clear line. I just cannot fathom how people keep comparing this to these other examples. And that's a larger issue. If you don't want G League, if you don't want Euros, if you don't want someone who never played in college, they're all in one group. The guys that played in college and left and want to come back, they're another group. If they win this case, then it really could open the floodgates. But I'll tell you who's not speaking up right now, and that's the school presidents and the athletic directors, because they are complicit here. No one has to play college basketball. You have to be admitted. You have to be technically in a class. And if you're a president of a university or an athletic director, you can easily say, we are not admitting you. Not to play. Apparently, we're leaving that up to the courts. But to admit to, you can't sue to be a student at USC or wherever. You can't do that. The judge can't say, oh, you have to admit this student. That doesn't happen. So these schools could decide not to admit these students if they're not going to be, students because they were professional.
Nobody likes the fact that a random judge. How can you begrudge somebody using every means? Someone like Amari Bailey can make millions of dollars by challenging it in court. Why would you tell him not to do that because of some higher principle? Because Andy Katz and Seth Davis and other people in college basketball don't like it. I mean, that's what the courts are for, right?
Well,
I don't like any
think
of
it's
this.
weak. I think
don't
if you're
like any
Amari
of this.
Bailey, I'm sorry, you do not have the strength to clearly be a professional because you're
So why
giving
wouldn't
up.
he want to? That's why he wants to come back to college and
Move
make millions of
on. Move
dollars.
on with your
Why
life.
should he
Move
move
on with your
on?
life.
Why? Why? He can make
Because
millions of
that's life.
dollars.
That's life. Move
No,
on.
this is life. The life is you have a court. You can take someone to court and you can sue for the ability to do something. I mean, to blame Amari Bailey and Charles Bediako for what's going on. I mean, it's like
If I'm UCLA, if I'm Marty German or Greg Byrne, you are way opening a can of worms. You think it's going to stop here? I'm telling you. Just wait. You wait, Greg Byrne. You wait at Alabama until Auburn football takes a football player off the practice squad or played in a game for the Jets, Falcons, you name it, and then he beats you in the Iron Bowl. Watch.
Well, you're opening up a legal can of worms, by the way, if you're going to start denying students admission to your school. Like, you better have a really good reason to deny admission. You don't have to play them, you don't have to recruit them. But anyway, let's move on. It's a good discussion. Big day on Friday. I'm hoping the judge rules against Bediako and says that the NCAA has the legal right to declare you ineligible based on the rules that you already know. That is my hope for the outcome. I don't blame players for trying to take advantage of the court system. You can get a lot more of this type of content and conversation over at hoopshq.com. We got a 66% sale on our first annual subscription, $20.26 for a full year. Go to hoopshq.com/subscribe. Andy and I will be right back with Dusty May after this.